Hi, I'm Scott,
And I'm Luke.
and we're Android Guys,
Give us 5 to 10 minutes of your day
and we'll tell you about a product or service.
or an app that you might be interested in. Hey, Scott, what do you have today?
Hey, Luke, I'm going to talk to you and the listeners
Okay.
about the XGIMI MoGo 2 Pro.
Okay.
And I have to accept my apologies if it's not pronounced XGIMI. I've only ever seen it written.
Yes.
I've never actually heard it said.
Sure.
So we checked a couple YouTube videos.
Yep.
And it sounds like.
That's the general consensus.
Yeah.
But if we're
XGIMI.
wrong, we apologize.
And that's XGIMI.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is the MoGo 2 Pro. This is a mobile portable projector.
Okay.
And I'll tell you all about it here right after this break.
Scott, you are talking about a new projector, the XGIMI MoGo 2 Pro.
Yes. This was announced at CES this year.
Okay.
And I actually got a chance to see it on display
Yeah.
and kind of check it out briefly.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't quite, retail ready or whatever.
Sure.
This is actually a successor to a model that I have actually at home
Okay.
and have used. I've got it set up on the mantle in this dining living space
Yeah.
that, depending on what we're doing, if we're entertaining, we have people over
Uh-huh.
during football season, I will use these huge wall
Yeah.
and I'll just put the football games on
Nice.
and project that. And there's no TV in that room, but I will project or do different things in that room. And it's nice because I can put it on without any noise.
Yeah.
So it's just there.
Yep.
And so this is an upgrade version of that.
Okay.
The big difference being this one has auto keystoning
Ooh.
built right into it
Okay.
and focus. And when I say it has auto, it's stupid fast.
Really?
It's one of those things where I was like, I'm going to try to capture this with the photos as I'm doing a setup,
Sure.
video. It was over before I was able to kind of like,
Oh, really?
yeah. Like,
Wow.
normally on a projector, keystoning, for those who don't know what that means, when you set up a projector, if you're not 100% straight, perpendicular to the wall that you're projecting, you're going to have some kind of like angle where it might look like it's leaning forward or
Sure.
side to
It's
side.
not going
like
to be a perfect
trapezoid.
rectangle. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll want to adjust those corners. You want to adjust that using keystone. Now, most projectors, you can go in and click the remote and tap each corner and kind of drag that out to fit just by hitting enter and then moving this D-pad.
Sure.
Some projectors, you can hit a button, go into like a keystone setting where it will project this big image with what looks like a QR code and some different lines. And when it sees what's being projected, it will automatically recalibrate and say, okay, this is the square.
Yeah.
Because it knows what is supposed to be on that wall.
Correct.
Here, this is a case where you plug it in and turn it on. And as part of the initial setup, it just kind of like looks and does a blink kind of thing. Puts like this little projected QR code kind of thing on there, but then it's over. It's and then it's done.
Wow.
It automatically does that. It's very quick. It's designed to be portable.
Yeah.
This is a MoGo, I would imagine, is like mobile. It has to be part of the MO. Movies on the go is what I think that line is.
Sure.
So another difference is that from the previous model, the power on this one is USB-C.
Ooh, nice.
So it's not the DC plug with this long cord.
Yeah.
Where if you go look at my house right now, you'll see it kind of hanging down.
Yeah.
And then behind the plant, there's just this kind of like box hanging close to the ground.
Yep.
And so it's precarious.
Sure.
This is USB-C, which also allows for you to run it off of a portable power station.
Yeah.
So I love that.
That's awesome.
That, if you're portable, like a power bank, It's going to depend on what you get out of that.
Sure.
But it has a nice long cable with the, adapter for a wall.
Yeah.
So for me, this would be a case where I have access to the AC adapter and I can plug it in.
Sure.
But this thing is small. It's small enough, I would say, if you think about maybe like a roll of paper towels.
Okay.
It's about that kind of footprint.
Oh, wow.
It just doesn't rise as high.
Sure.
So you can pick this thing up and hold it with one hand.
Uh-huh.
It's got a little tripod screw mount on the bottom.
Okay.
And it has, it's designed to go. I wish it had maybe a sleeve or a pouch or something to put over it so you don't kind of scratch up the glass on it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a nice little portable unit.
Cool.
With some pretty nice specs.
Yeah.
This runs Android TV.
Nice.
Which is great. I have an NVIDIA Shield at home.
Yeah.
I've used Android TV sticks. I love that interface.
Yeah.
Because I can go in and install just the streaming services that I watch.
Yep.
YouTube TV, YouTube, Paramount Plus, all of those, from the Play Store. Very simple. As part of setting this up, it's a simple process. You log in with your Gmail account.
Yep.
And it automatically logged me into different things that I have.
Oh, wow.
Because I have them tied to my
Sure.
Gmail account.
Sure.
So I love that. This has 8-watt speakers, so they're not bad. We talk a lot about projectors being about projecting the image. They don't really project the sound.
Right.
But it's good. Cool. It's not something where you're going to be like, ooh, what is that, a sound bar?
Yeah.
No, it's not, but it is. It has a certification for Dolby Audio.
Ooh.
It's a nice little. It's surprisingly loud for its size. The speakers are on both sides of it. There is one button on top for power, and then other than that, everything else is basically done through the remote control.
Okay.
This has 400 ANSI lumens, ANSI lumens. So it's bright.
Yeah.
It's not incredibly bright.
Okay.
So that's one of the things with early or lower priced projectors. They're great if you have the lighting set properly.
In
if
the
it's an
optimal environment.
Yeah. Whereas with a TV, you can turn it on any time of the day.
Sure.
With a projector, sometimes, depending on what you have, you might have to wait or pull the blinds, make it darker in the room. 400, I've had it here in the office projecting. Looked great with the blinds pulled, the lights out, things like that.
Yeah.
With the lights on, it was still passable. I would have it on for just kind of like passive content, just kind of streaming as I'm working. I like the idea of doing that because then I'm not using one of my screens on my computer.
Yeah.
I can just kind of project that way. A couple other specs on this. It has obstacle thing, like a detection. Like if you're in front of it, it will dim the image.
Yeah.
If it sees you, it's got like an eye protection kind of thing. So it'll say the image is dimmed until it doesn't detect you anymore.
Interesting. That's cool.
And also we'll do like obstacle avoidance. So if there's like a plant or something, it will kind of change that image so it doesn't project over the plant.
Nice.
And then it also has like an eco mode. So if you do go off the USB-C, by default, it'll switch on eco mode. That is something where it dims the brightness, you know, because it wants to conserve and get the most. You can turn that off if you want to.
Sure.
But other than that, it's nice. It will project up to about a 10-foot screen.
Yeah.
Maximum size. I would say, you know, if you're doing a 60, 70, 80 inch, you know, you don't have to get very far to do that. I was doing it from the table over on the other side of the office here and getting, you know, easily a 55 inch equivalent.
That's awesome.
Without having to go too far. So this one right now is available. You can pick it up for about $5.99.
Okay.
I think there might be like a $50 discount if you act now, kind of, you know, but it depends on when you hear this, when this is produced, so forth. But I love the MoGo series, XGIMI, and they do have some higher end projectors. Some people might have seen like the Horizon is one that gets a lot of press, and the Halo Plus has the same design.
Yeah,
it's a more premium.
Gotcha.
This is a nice one. This one comes in right now about $5.99, and I would say for the price with the software, the USB-C, all those features, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, cool.
So, yep, XGIMI MoGo 2 Pro.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.